So I want to do number 39 out of 12.5, which gives me a picture. And then they say, from this picture of f and g, graph f plus g. So what do you do?
Find the points.
Okay, we can find some points. So I probably should have labeled these. These are the usual 1 tick marks. Okay, so tick marks label. What's this point on f over here at the left hand? That's -4 in the x and 0 in the y. And this point up at the top is
0, 4.
0, 4, and this point over here is
2, 4. 4, 2.
2 or 1?
It's supposed to be 4, 1, I think. Sorry, crappy picture, right? How bad?
Yeah, it's 4.
Okay, and then G is
-2 all the way.
yeah, the output of G is -2 the whole way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So G is really kind of, I'm just gonna think about G as -2, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a dumb function, right? It just takes whatever you give it and gives you -2 back. Okay, so how do I combine those? I want to add these, right? So when do I add? Do I add at the inputs or at the outputs or?
Input. Well, it's I don't know.
Okay, so how about this? If I had rules for these, right? Like if I knew what f of x was, you know, if f of x was something and g of x was something else, what's this thing here? If I have that rule, is that an input thing or an output thing?
Input.
Yeah, that's an output thing. Does that make sense? You're going to stick some x's into that rule, and you're going to get the output. Specifically, I know the rule for g, right? The rule for g is pretty much -2. The domain of g is a little bit funky, right? Because it really only goes from -4 to 4. You guys see that?
Yeah.
But the rule is basically -2.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was to get if I was trying to get f plus g of x, what would I do with those two rules? Yeah, just add them. So get whatever the rule is for f plus -2. What's that going to do? You guys know what this does. This is you do the rule, right, for f, whatever that is.
It's like a shift.
And then this is
A vertical shift.
a vertical shift by,
-2.
yeah, -2, so it's down 2, right? So you take this blue picture, right? And a new picture that you want for it, right, for f plus g is just that thing shifted down 2 units. You guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
So cool.
So that's f plus g. Huh.
Did you do it by just making like a table?
Yeah.
Just made a table on,
Yeah, so if we made a table, right? Okay, let's see. So maybe if I wrote x's, f's, and g's, right?
Okay.
So let's see. These 3 points are certainly the kind of interesting ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what are the x's that go with those 3 points?
-4, 0, and 4.
-4, 0, and 4. Okay, so what's f of -4? What's the output that goes with -4?
0.
0 under f, and under g,
Oh, -2.
-2. What's the output for g of 0?
-2.
And the output for g of 4?
-2.
G's a boring rule, right? How about f's output for 0?
4.
Gives you 4. And F's output for 4?
1.
1. Okay, and then if I combine these two numbers by adding, right, that'll give me the output for F plus G. Right? So what do I get?
Negative.
Negative 2, positive 2, and negative 1. So notice those are these three heights, right? Negative 2, positive 2, negative 1. Cool. So either way, both things work. Cool. Questions? I wish that they had asked you to calculate F minus G, because F minus G has a nice picture. F minus G is this distance. You guys see that? It's just the difference between F and G, right, is the height of the space between F and G.
Would it be at the highest point by like the,
So
the
it's-
y-axis itself?
So if this is an X, then this height here is F minus G at X. Right, it's for that given spot on the slider. So like here, between 2 and 3, it's this high. Over here at 0, it's this high. That's the one we actually use. Like, this has a good place when we're trying to do something like, here's two curves, right? And I want to know like how much area there is in here or something. That's pretty directly related to how far apart they are. And to figure out how far apart they are, you do F minus G. You guys see that? So, although I wish they'd asked you that question, this one's okay. Other things?